Footnotes from the Life Application Study Bible. The religious leaders had to persuade the Roman government to sentence Jesus to death because they did not have the authority to do it themselves. The Romans had taken away the religious leaders' authority to inflict capital punishment. Politically, it looked better for the religious leaders anyway, if someone else was responsible for killing Jesus. They wanted the death to appear Roman-sponsored so the crowds couldn't blame them. The Jewish leaders had arrested Jesus on their trumped-up theological charge of blasphemy. Because this charge would be thrown out of a Roman court, however, they had to come up with a political reason for Jesus' death. Their strategy was to portray Jesus as a rebel who was claiming to be a king and thus a threat to Caesar. Pilate was the Roman governor for the regions of Samaria and Judea from AD 26 to 36. Jerusalem was located in Judea. Pilate took special pleasure in demonstrating his authority over the Jews. For example, he impounded money from the temple treasuries to build an aqueduct. Pilate was not popular, but the religious leaders had no other way to get rid of Jesus than to go to him. Ironically, when Jesus, a Jew, came before him for trial, Pilate found him innocent. He could not find a single fault in Jesus, nor could he contrive one. Jesus' formal accuser, Judas, wanted to drop his charges, but the religious leaders refused to halt the trial. When he betrayed Jesus, perhaps Judas was trying to force Jesus' hand to get him to lead a revolt against Rome. This did not work, of course. Whatever his reason, Judas regretted his decision and changed his mind, but it was too late. Many of the plans we set into motion cannot be reversed. We must carefully think through the potential consequences before we launch into an action we may later regret. The priest's job was to teach people about God and how he wants his people to live. They were also to be intercessors for them, helping administer the sacrifices to cover their sins. Judas returned to the priest, exclaiming that he had sinned. Rather than helping him find forgiveness, however, the priest said, "That's your problem." Not only had they rejected the Messiah, but they had also rejected their role as priests.